Okay, welcome to the first episode of ISC Talks, a podcast where we explore important developments in education, science and innovation. In this first episode, we'll discuss a significant change in Latvia's higher education landscape, the consolidation of Rīga Stradiņš University and the Latvian Academy of Sport Education. This merger is more than just a structural change. It represents a new chapter in education, uniting two respected institutions with unique strength in health sciences and sport education. Together, we aim to create a stronger foundation for research, teaching and collaboration in fields like sports medicine, physiotherapy and public health. In this episode, we'll explore the opportunities this merger brings, the challenges it poses, and how it will shape the future for students, educators, and the broader academic community. Today, we are located in the Bellevue Park Hotel, known for its elegant ambience, outstanding service, and dedication to excellence. The hotel provides a perfect blend of comfort and sophistication, and it is the perfect destination for any occasion, whether you're planning a professional conference, a relaxing vacation, or a memorable event. We want to thank Bellevue Park Hotel for supporting us and making this episode happen. Thank you. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Amelie Möller. I'm a German student studying here at RSU in the dental field. I'm a fourth-year dental student and the current representative of the Dentistry Student Association. So, now let's meet our dear guest and dive into this exciting discussion. First of all, I want to greet Dace Reihmane. May you say something about yourself, please?
Thank you for, first of all, inviting us to this amazing podcast. I am a leading researcher in Rīga Stradiņš University. I have been a leader of a study course medical biochemistry for a long time and teaching students for more than a decade. And now I have had this amazing opportunity to shift more to the science and more specifically sports science because of the topic you presented, so consolidation of the RSU. So not only to me, but also to others, this brings a whole new journey. So I will be happy to share my thoughts on that.
Amazing, thank you so much. Our second guest is Kalvis Ciekurs.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I'm, last rector of LASE. It's a Latvian Academy of Sport Education. At the moment, I'm RSU, Latvian Academy of Sport Education, one of the part. After the consolidation process, yes, I'm associate professor. I'm leading at the moment many things because the consolidation process is not easy process, how we know, and it's all the time we need to discuss, to try to explain each of the points, and if we discuss and explain everything, I think we follow on the right way. I hope so. Yep.
Amazing. I'm already excited for the discussion. So, last but not least, our dear guest, Marta Štromberga.
Yes, hello everybody. So thank you for inviting me. And I'm a fifth-year medical student in RSU. And also this academic year, I'm the head of Sports Science Interest Group. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So, maybe we can start with understanding the consolidation. So, what led to the decision to consolidate RSU and LSPA?
Yeah, thanks. The consolidation process was started approximately 3 or 4 years ago, and the Ministry of the Science speak together with LASE and also with RSU, and that process, each of the rectors and vice rectors all the time try to get the best way how to consolidate each of the process the best way what we can do. But it's all the time the people which is a little bit push out of the boat. There is also some how to say emotional problems, because not always we are ready for new experience, for new, how to say, maybe life, because it's a for some people it's a crazy experience. But this experience, I think, for younger generation is pretty nice, because youngest teacher, youngest scientist see many opportunities. The oldest generation, teachers, professors, says, "Oh my God, what's happened?" and so on and so on. And this is a problem. And sometimes I'm laughing. I'm a buffer zone on these two parts. I'm trying to explain and listen what say professors, which is 60, 70 years old, and so on and so on. And the youngest generation also say, "Oh yeah, there is a lot of good knowledges, a lot of good new possibilities, new friends, conferences, and so on and so on." I think it's for the future. I think it's a great push for the sports science, and I think it's a good push also for the medical science as well, because it's we all the time we saw a lot of people, illness, cancers, and so on and so on. And there is one part of the people is athletes. And athletes is also a little bit different part of human rights, and it's a great opportunity to do a lot of research work and so on and so on. I hope so in the future, after a few years, we find a lot of connection ways, symbiosis. I think it will be. It's a challenge at the moment for us, but it's a great opportunity for the future. Yeah.
Great, but you can also continue if you have something to say.
Yeah, if I may add, I just wanted to give a little bit broader perspective that these changes are introduced in all higher education institutions in Latvia. So the Academy of Police, for example, has been added to University of Latvia and so forth on. So these changes are something that is suggested as the best practice and way how to get the resources that in Latvia particularly we have for the education and also science and their use for the best possible ways, right? So yeah, that's not something that only RSU and LSPA experiences, but it's typically throughout whole Latvia, including actually that these changes are not only by the consolidation of various universities, but the structural changes in the university itself as well. So we were far more faculties than we are right now in the RSU alone. So these are really like structural changes that hopefully will lead to the students' ability to actually more easily shift between the different types of the science branches to make more interdisciplinary research, not only within the context of the public health and the science, sports science, for example, but also to the social sciences and so forth on.
Great. I think progress can only happen if change is happening. So yeah, but maybe you as an associate professor can answer this question. How does this consolidation impact academic programs and research opportunities?
Mm-hmm. For sure, regarding the research opportunities, these changes also bring in some funding, which allows to renew the infrastructure that we have in the university. So as an example, the lab that I am leading and developing at this moment, so the research laboratory of the sports and nutrition, we are so gaining the infrastructure from this funding that we have received. And that's a major step forward. If we can get a top-notch equipment for the research, then there is also a place for the top-notch students to join in and actually perform the research. And we are very happy about this opportunity. Regarding the study programs, that as well, of course, is put on a question, and there is a possibility to introduce changes in the programs, especially due to the fact that, for example, physiotherapists historically have been prepared both in the RSU as well as the LASE. So bringing together the knowledge that is held by both of the universities can improve the program significantly, and we can prepare far more better professionals in their field. And in context with having an opportunity also to do the research, that opens up a lot more broader perspective on the knowledge that you gain, the practical knowledge, right? This implication that you can see within the research is a fantastic opportunity in my point of view. So I believe that I've always thought, to be honest, that in level of Europe, despite the traditions, that long-lasting traditions we have held, we're still in the baby diapers in the sports science field. That's my true, honest opinion. And I think that that's, in a sense, is also a wonderful opportunity, because we can be at this point very flexible and still find those branches, those ideas, those interdisciplinary research that can bring us with a larger steps into an adult life of sports science.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your answer. It covered already a few other questions, but yeah, maybe rather for you, Kalvis. So what impact do sports sciences have on elite athlete performance and general public health?
Yeah, it's talking about the leading process in lead sports athletes and so on. I think it's a good moment to find the correct way how to help not only highest level athletes, but we can find a way how to help the students, and then we can follow on the maybe much bigger area. We can follow maybe in some cities or some villages, and let's check what's happened and how we can get the healthy lifestyle probably in over there. There is a lot of challenges at the moment. We are all the time focused only at the moment only on short or small directions. It's mean we are only check the high level athletes, and we check maybe schools and sports schools athletes, and this is only small part of the human life probably, because it's oldest generation lives somewhere, the smallest children's from kindergarten and so on. We can check a lot of people with some disabilities and so on and so on. And I think cooperate together. I say one head is great, two heads it's much powerful. And if we cooperate together, one is the medical part and the second one is sports science part. We can I think do the great things, and for public health, I think it must be good impact. And I know few months ago I saw in TV Rīga Stradiņš University students, medical students, somewhere in Latvia, in the small villages, check the people health and so on and so on. It's so important because it's 100 years ago there was the same research. And at the moment we do the same research, and I hope so. For the sport and health science, we can find great opportunities in the future. Yep.
Perfect. I do have a rather unserious question. So can it happen that if I walk through the RSU campus, I could just encounter any elite athlete now?
At the moment, I think it's when both universities goes together. At the moment, I think there is a lot of good athletes, because at Lasse, few years ago, was approximately 1,500 students. At the moment, it's more than 1,000. But how we know the demographical situation in Latvia is not so perfect. That's it's a problem, I think, not only in Latvia, but I think. After this consolidation process, the highest level athletes, it's some of athletes come from RSU and come to our lab and do some experiments, and we saw, this is not our student, but now it's our student, and I hope so. The same is in RSU, when Latvian team students is participate Olympic Games, World Championships, and so on and so on. Many students is coming from Lasse, and now it's our students in our university. I think it's a good how to say, marketing probably. If we show the great athlete, Olympic participant, championship, and so on, I think it's a good marketing star probably for next students, because each of one wanted to sitting together with Olympic medalist or something like that. I think it's a wonderful feeling. Yep.
I will jump in with your unserious question. Do you want it? Ready?
I'm ready.
Perfect. You can get, and it depends on what you define as a professional athlete, but I believe that the fact that in this weekend RSU women volleyball team got a Latvia's Cup, and they are going for the first prize in the Baltic Cup as well in the whole season. Oh, these girls are on really, really good shape. So something to look up to. And
yeah,
a lot of them are RSU students.
Yeah, I saw that online on Instagram. So I would quote it as combining the brains and the gains now. So, maybe we can continue with more serious questions. So, can you highlight any ongoing or planned research projects related to physical activities and health? Maybe for both ladies on the other sofa.
I will give a little bit of introduction what we do in our lab, and then I'm going to give an opportunity to Marta also say what she does in our lab. So right now we have actually 4 large-scale ongoing research projects in our lab alone, but nevertheless, actually there were 12 project proposals, from which 8 were approved in the consolidation grants. So there's actually 8 large-scale grants on physical activity or sports science in relation to the health occurring right now. And the major difference from the lab that is established in the RSU actual main building, so the sports science, sports and nutrition research lab, in comparison to the lab that is located in Lasse, is that we focus to a physical activity role and also some supplement role in prevention of the chronic diseases. So that's the primary outcome that we look at. And so we have 2 of the grants which are related to the cancer, breast cancer patients and their health outcomes in respect to physical activity and exercise interventions that we are providing to them. Then we have one of the projects regarding healthy aging, which is very interesting, in collaboration with the University of Copenhagen and very, very good friends of ours. And then there is a states program of sports, which is the first time announced type of activity nationwide. And we are happy that collaboration between actually 4 leading universities in Latvia has brought a lot of insights in different areas. So firstly, technology of sports, then the health of athletes, so grassroots athletes, youth athletes, as well as also the athletes with various disabilities. So 3 types of categories of athletes are looked upon. And then there is also a need to research the infrastructure which is available in Latvia for the sports and how much it can bring actually in a sense of economical perspective. And so Marta is also participating in the state's program, and maybe you can share your first insights and feelings about being a part of the team in the lab as a student. How do you feel in that?
So yeah, we are in our first steps in this research, but we are looking at different biomarkers. For me, they are thyroid hormones. For my colleagues, are sex hormones and inflammatory markers. And then we will look at young athletes from 12 to 18 years and how it affects their performance and injury risk. And so yeah, so now we are making systematic review about these. We are finding papers about this topic, but in the future we will make our own research. So yeah, it's really exciting.
Oh, wow, that sounds really exciting. So what opportunities exist for students like you to present their research findings at conferences or in publications, for example?
Yeah, so in my interest group, so sports science interest group, I motivate my students, my students to participate in conferences, especially in ISC, International Student Conference, which happens every March in Rīga Stradiņš University, but also in Dace's research laboratory. There is a possibility to to be included in making a research paper and publications with laboratory mentors. So there's a great opportunity, and yeah, it's fantastic.
Great. Maybe you can tell us even more about the sports science student interest group. So what inspired the creation of it, and what kind of students are participating in this interest group?
I think the main inspiration was Dace and also research laboratory. So because this interest group is working first academic year, we only have had 4 theoretical sessions. Last year it was a biochemistry interest group, and there was an opportunity to reorganize this biochemistry interest group to sports science interest group, and so we did it and we succeeded. And yeah, we are looking at topics like how exercise impacts epigenetics, or how endorphins from exercise can positively impact our mood or pain tolerance. In the next session, we will discuss how different training methods compare to each other, like high-intensity interval training, resistance training, and steady-state cardio. Also, in our third session, we discussed how exercise impacts aging, and we had a great guest from University of Copenhagen, Fleming, Professor Fleming. So yeah, there's a great opportunity, and our students are really smart and capable, and yeah, this is also really exciting, and I'm really proud of our work. So it's this far.
Great. When I researched for this podcast, I found some articles about the two of you, actually. Unfortunately, only in Latvian. So the students that are participating, are they only Latvian, or are they also international, or what is, yeah?
For now, they're only Latvian, but our sessions, like half of the sessions are in English. So I think international students can participate in our sessions too. And yeah, most of the students are from Faculty of Medicine, but we also have students from Faculty of Nutrition, and also physiotherapists, and also 3 students from LSPA. So yeah, we have a big diversity, and it differs from different interest groups in RSU.
If I may add, actually, then one of the purposes of creating the sports science or shifting to the sports science interest club was with the aim to make it, again, more interdisciplinary, because it's so nice to see the different perspectives, right, from the students that have experience in actual sports science as your students, then nutrition and nutritionists, then also the medical students, and each one of them sees the same topic in a slightly different way. And it's so nice that we can increase the knowledge that we have just through these various experiences that the students bring along with them. And that's one of the most beautiful things that happens here, and I'm actually very, very proud and thankful to Marta for all the work that she puts in these creating these amazing events. And if not you, then this also wouldn't be possible. So thank you a lot. And yes, I would encourage the students to follow, also international students, to follow up in our webpage, because we might announce also in those sessions which are in English. Definitely everybody welcome to attend, and who knows, maybe from the next year we can actually make all of the sessions in the English, so it's actually open to everybody to participate. I would just love to have more interaction with all students that are in the RSU.
I really like that idea, and it's also my vision for the future for the RSU, so that's great. So we heard a lot about the opportunities, but what are steps that are taken to ensure that the unique legacies and identities of both RSU and LSPA are preserved?
I think it's in this time where everything must be changed, and I think it's all the time we need to follow on focus on the future, but try to fix what's happening in the maybe few years ago, what's happened in history, and all the time, if we know history, we can make the better future, and. I'm listening to Marta, and Marta says, yeah, it's a wonderful, there is a student group who is come together and do many scientific works and good experience and so on and so on. And this is wonderful things. What we can give for our students as well, and then we can cooperate it. And this is, I think it's a wonderful opportunity for each of us. And how we know the sport, medicine, the pedagogy, psychology, and so on. There is an interdisciplinary scientific work, and I know you're from medicine. Yeah, I'm from pedagogy. You're from dentist. Treat, yeah. And there is a lot of crazy great students. Each of them come from different places. And if we met together this minds, this feelings, and I hope so. There we can build new, I think, not generation, but new philosophy of the research work. And I think it's a great way how to do some research projects, do some forgot the publications, yeah, to write good publications, because at the moment our journal Lasse, it's, I hope so, all of us to think how to push the Lasse journal is in the Scopus. I hope so. It's I don't know, 3 years, 5 years time, and we included in Scopus databases, and I hope so. That will be great opportunity and great push for the students as well. If the journal is high level, there is a lot of possibilities to grow up, and I really hope it's my aim, my dream. I hope it's our dream as well.
Yeah, and I can just add probably a nice story. I will try to make it brief, but one of my mentors that I now look up to is actually Professor Aija from Lasse, and she has been amazing friend, amazing colleague, and we are creating together great ideas. So I think that we can preserve the best through people, through their knowledge, through their integration, and through motivation of them to participate. And once we come together and see this shared background and common possibilities to grow and just become better, I think it's so complementary, and it's very, very nice opportunity, really. So it's not about probably the name, the title, but it's about the person. So we need to remain ourselves and give the knowledge that we have to the others, and that's how we can preserve the traditions and the good vibes that we have.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Now, away from the expertise, rather to the physical grounds. So how will facilities and resources such as sports labs and training grounds be shared and enhanced through this merger? So rather towards you, I think.
At the moment, we are using our infrastructure in Brīvības 333. At the moment, we have a stadium to sport game halls, to gymnast halls, the judo hall, and so on and so on. But the basic problem is this infrastructure is the quality is pretty low, and the infrastructure is. We can do a lot of great historical movies in that place, but if we wanted to give for the students the best what we can give, we need to follow on the biggest universities steps, and that is the problem at the moment. All of infrastructure is from last century, how I say.
Not all. I don't agree. The new lab, the fantastic lab that you have.
It's only one thing. It's a lab. Only one thing. It's a lab. It's 3 or 4 years old, and that is wonderful. The lab is wonderful, and I'm really proud of this lab, and I hope all of the students, RSU and the Lasse students, come together, find the new problems, and try to fix these problems, not only in lab, not only in your lab, but find the problems in probably in the future in somewhere in maybe in, how we say, in public health, but in other cities or villages and so on. The facilities is a problem at the moment. Yeah, if we wanted to be honest, but we are step by step renovating each of the square meter, and I hope so. In the future, we do the best what we can do. And
maybe just also to add a little bit to perspective, I believe that one thing which is important, that to have, despite the fact that we are together and as one, but to give kind of a perspective to different facilities that we have, right? Because it also gives, first of all, the students better understanding of where should they go to if they are interested, like in our case, prevention of the chronic disease versus enhancing a professional athlete's performance. So my point of view is that if we have common ground and we work together, yes, we collaborate, but still we have a little bit of our own freedom in area in which we specialize, that's the one of the solutions that might work the best, because then also the interest groups of the students form around these facilities, and we gain the best result for everybody included. But for sure, we can be just grateful and happy that the infrastructure is developing and that we are able to provide both for academics as well as for students great opportunities for research.
Yeah, Marta, maybe for you, one last question. So in your opinion, what makes sports sciences such an exciting and impactful field of study for students and researchers?
I think the most exciting thing is that it's applicable to us and to our next patients, to our future patients. And yeah, the research we are doing, it's important, and it's we don't need to find the reason to do it because we are helping our future patients. And yeah, and as a future doctors, I think it's a great opportunity to somehow change our patients' lives for better.
Yeah, I think you can also agree that it would be amazing if we could use as students also the training grounds in the future. So that would be really fun as well. Maybe B courses would be great. But also for the both of you, again, as a last question, how do you foresee the sports sciences field in Latvia evolving in the next 5 years?
I think in next 5 years time, I think this the sports science will grow up really fast because it's in when we check what's happened in Europe, in America, Australia, Canada, and so on. All scientists focus on the medical part, and that is a problem what we lost, I think, many years or decades before, when Latvia was free after the Soviet Union. The LASE was the name was correct, Sport Institute or something like that. And there was a lab underground, and there was a lot of experiments with the blood, with the dopings and so on in really high level. And then everything goes somewhere, and now we many years from that time we do probably pedagogical experiments, psychological experiments, and it's all. But if we wanted to follow on the top countries, we need to focus on the medical part as well. Not only in medicine, not only in pedagogy and psychology. We need to focus much more wider. Yeah.
Yes, I believe that we have a great opportunity for a high jump and really a very rapid growth in the sports science, with one condition. We have now been very blessed actually to receive this funding and actually to start this research here in Latvia. But in reality, we know that approximately to gain additional funding, especially European funding, the success rate is around 10%. So in order to get one project, you have to write 10 project proposals. And so based on this, I think that if we will be able to show during this few upcoming years that we are capable of providing high quality science from our side, then we are going to become as a trustful partners for the European consortiums. But we have to put in our work, and we have to show that we are good enough and that we hard work for these opportunities to come. If we are going to waste this opportunity, then unfortunately we might remain where we are. And so it's in our strength to turn around the situation and use this wonderful opportunity of consolidation and actually to have this boost as a foreground for the skyrocket ride. So I can just wish everybody to have a strength, diligence to go through the tough times, and the motivation to keep on and believe that we can be there where everybody else is.
Perfect. Thank you so much for this interesting discussion. I feel very optimistic about this consolidation, and I'm excited for your research publication and maybe for rooting for more Latvian Olympic athletes in the future. So thank you so much.